Hi, it's Polly from thefitmumformula.com, and today I'm answering a question: can you lose weight while drinking alcohol? Well, let's start off by saying you can lose weight by eating and drinking absolutely anything under the sun, provided you are in a calorie deficit and you are eating fewer calories than you are burning during the day. But obviously, what makes up those calories is really going to determine your overall health, how you feel, your energy levels, how full you are, your hunger levels, and your general overall feeling of well-being. Now, quite clearly, alcohol is not one of the most nutritious substances that we know of. But on the other hand, the odd glass of wine, especially red wine, has some benefits to it, is not going to hurt. So, the reason alcohol isn't so helpful for weight loss is partly because it's a liquid. Now, liquids are not registered as food in the same way as solid food is. Now, the caveat to that is slightly thicker liquids, like a really thick protein shake. You probably think about when you have a nice thick milkshake. That kind of thing tends to fill you up. But thin liquids, which most alcohols are, you'll just drink that and you'll be the same as drinking water. You won't feel any more full for drinking that. So because you're going to have to cut down calories from elsewhere, likely food calories, that means you are risking being a little bit more hungry. So if you choose to drink alcohol, take that into account. The other thing is, the reason people say alcohol makes you fat or it stops fat loss, it doesn't. That's a bit too simplistic. What it does is basically all different foods and alcohol, they break down and are digested at different speeds. So your body will always go for the easiest things first. So in a mixed meal that has proteins, carbohydrates and fats in, the carbohydrates are the easiest things to digest and to break down. So you'll always break down those first. And then next you've got your fats and then your proteins. But alcohol is even quicker. So it's not so much that the alcohol stops fat loss or it makes you fat. But if you drink alcohol, you will stop burning other kind of macronutrients. You'll stop burning other things until that alcohol has been burnt off. So it's like putting a pause temporarily, and then once the alcohol is burned off, you'll start burning off your other things. So it is like pressing pause temporarily. But again, it's only going to lead to weight gain if your overall calorie amount exceeds what you're burning in the day. Now, often though, what I see with alcohol, especially when it's only a moderate amount, when we're talking a couple of glasses of wine, we're not talking binge drinking here, we're talking a couple of glasses of wine in the evening, sometimes the problem is not the alcohol itself, but the fact that drinking that relaxes you, lowers your inhibitions, and now suddenly you don't mind, you think, oh yeah, that's fine, I can have that bowl of chocolate ice cream, because you're more relaxed and you don't really care anymore. And it's that sometimes is the bigger problem with alcohol than just a couple of glasses of wine. It's the decisions that you make that aren't so helpful after you've been drinking. So you can have the odd glass of wine, you can have a bit of alcohol in moderation, and a little bit won't even be that detrimental to your health or your waistline. But you just have to bear in mind, if you choose to drink alcohol, if you're going to try and do it without overshooting your daily calories, you're going to have to cut down somewhere else. That means eating less food, so you'll probably be more hungry. And also it means you do run the risk maybe of having some other things alongside it. Maybe you associate alcohol with crisps, a bag of crisps. Maybe you associate it with salty nuts in a bar. Maybe you go home after drinking alcohol and think that 5 rounds of toast and jam is a great idea. So you just have to make sure that you take these things into account. Some advice I can offer to try and offset this is always drink loads and loads of calorie-free liquids alongside it. Water, fizzy water. And do you know what, even if you're in a bar situation, a party situation, I've got nothing against diet-free mixers. You know, in normal amounts that most people consume, artificial sweeteners are really not going to hurt you. If they make you feel rubbish, don't have them. But actually, just once in a while, some Diet Coke, Diet Lemonade, it's really not going to hurt you in the slightest, and it is calorie-free. So try and mix it up a little bit and alternate with other drinks that don't have calories in them. And it'll help keep you keep you hydrated as well, because alcohol tends to dehydrate you a bit too. And maybe if you have a tendency to pick at other things and make silly decisions around food when you've been drinking, maybe you can put some preventative things in place. For example, if you know that when you get home after a night out and you're gonna want to reach for something, have like cook up a big plate of chips, stick an oven pizza in or something, maybe you could put a little sachet of instant porridge on the side for you, and then you can just quickly knock that up as soon as you get home, and then that hopefully will satisfy that urge for having a great big giant stodgy pizza at 2 in the morning. Or maybe you could have something else to pick at. Instead of picking at crisps and nuts, maybe you could pick up blueberries or grapes or something. Because again, they're little, you can put them in a bowl and you can just pick up them throughout the evening, but they are going to be very low calorie and a lot more helpful for weight loss. So that's my take on alcohol. It's not the end of the world, and it is possible to drink it without gaining weight or without preventing weight loss, but you just have to take into account that it is not the most helpful thing and it might not make you feel your best. But at the end of the day, it is your decision. I hope that was helpful. Polly from thefitmumformula.com.